As I read this amendment, it does two things. One, the first thing it does is it restores the target number to a higher level, which on the surface I believe that is wrong and poor planning on the part of the General Assembly at this time. I think having come through the tough years that we've just come through, I think instead it's more prudent to direct the JBC through this resolution to plan for the worst but hope for the best, and that we should budget towards a lower number.
Colleagues, I think Senator Brophy's got it spot on that we don't get in here and tinker with the finer details about where we would like to direct this money. If we look at the pattern that this body has set for itself over the last 3 or 4 years, it has routinely and consistently said we are going to take in more money than we actually take in. One of the reasons that we're having to have a conversation about such difficult, tough cuts now is precisely because we have continued to overestimate the amount of revenue that will come in. And so halfway through the year then, the governor has to hit the panic button and try to find ways to cut things and make sort of last-minute draconian cuts on the fly to make the budget reality numbers work out. If history has taught us anything, it is that right now we should make a clean break from our past old habits, our bad habits, and we should budget ourselves to the lower number. We should take the conservative budget, and if we take in revenues above that amount, then we should indeed have the conversation about how to apportion those across any number of priorities, including protecting some of the social safety net programs that we have for children.
But the real concern is line 5, and that's where we ratchet the amount upward, hence putting off till a later date what may become inevitable. Now, we're going to see supplementals coming our way, negative supplementals, I suspect, for this year's budget, because the revenues didn't meet the expectations. Those are painful, and those are extremely difficult, especially when you've spent the first half of the fiscal year away. The prudent, most appropriate way to plan is to plan on the lowest number and then build from there.
Thank you, Mr. President. Members, I oppose Senator Morse's amendment for 2 reasons. The first has been thoroughly discussed, but to make a couple of different points about it. For several years, the legislature has been faced with a choice between a higher estimate and a lower estimate. And it's stunning to me that after making the same mistake for several years now and greedily grabbing the higher estimate and then later being painfully forced to conform to a lower number or even lower revenues than the lower estimate, we're doing it again.